Good morning and good afternoon. I am Liz Fetzer. I work in communications for Access to Success on the US side of things, and I'm joined by my colleague.
Hi everyone, my name is Omotayo Oluwashla. I am the communications coordinator for Access to Success Nigeria.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's actually 1 minute till 10 a.m. on the US side of things. What time is it there, Tayo?
It's a minute to 4 p.m. here in Nigeria.
4 p.m. So right now it's 6 hours apart. And then I believe when the US has the time change, we're 5 hours apart typically.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Well, so for those of you joining us, we are calling the series A Day in the Life of, and it's really about sort of the US audience getting to know Nigeria and getting to know experiences and personalities and things about the culture and ceremonies and just what life is like in Nigeria. I know when I first started at A2S, I really knew nothing about Nigeria except that it was a country in West Africa and that it was a pretty large country and very well populated, but that was the extent of my knowledge about Nigeria. So I am assuming maybe a lot of the people who are interested in getting involved in A2S or supporting A2S are similar and that they would like to know more about the culture. So thank you, Tayo, for being willing to sort of be our guinea pig and share about your experiences and tell us and educate us more about the Nigerian culture.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure doing this.
Well, thank you. It's super fun getting to talk to you and ask questions. So, one topic that we thought we would like to start with is a very fun, exciting topic, and that is the topic of weddings. And the reason we decided to start with weddings and the wedding ceremony is because I'm going to embarrass my friend here, but Tayo just recently got married. Congratulations, Tayo.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, so we thought what better topic that you could explain to us now that it's fresh in your mind about sort of the
Fresh in your
process,
mind.
fresh in your mind, the process of let's start first with dating and then let's move into the actual engagement, wedding ceremony and process, and then
Mhm.
sort of post ceremony. So I'm going to let you take over and walk me through, and then I'll maybe interject with some questions as we go. But if you could please explain to the US audience how dating happens in Nigeria if somebody is interested in dating a young woman, how that process is, because it's pretty different than what we do here.
Oh, okay. So I think it's pretty similar. For some of us, it all starts with friendship. And from there, it just grows into getting to know each other better and taking it to the next step. Why for others, it's straightforward. I like you. I don't want to be friends with you. I just want to date you. So I think there's still a lot of similarity. You don't have to start going to meet the parents. Say, I want to be your kids or your child's boyfriend or girlfriend. So it just starts with the two persons involved. And from there, that's it.
Okay.
A
So,
slight difference would be we do not do first date, second date, third date before finally saying yes. Some will probably do, let me pray about it. While some don't really have to pray about it, they probably know that I like this guy and I want to be with this person. But most times it's usually friendship, then we are dating. Or I like you, I need to pray about it, we are dating. Or I like you already, let's just start dating.
okay. And what's sort of a typical date? Dinner and a movie, like in the States?
Eh,
What do you tend to like to do?
we do church dates.
Church dates? Okay.
Just
So not very a wild nightlife date.
nah. So we do church dates. Nowadays, you have movie dates, you have the dinner date, but the most common one is a late night walk. I think I like that one the most because there's this connection that comes with just walking and enjoying the environment, just the view of it. But the
Walking
restaurant,
under the moonlight.
I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm always usually awkward going out. So I really want to leave that space. Now I'm going for a movie. I want to talk about what I'm seeing. So you would not definitely want to take me out on a movie date. You're just going to get tired. So I think um we do movie date, but not always. People have preferences. But most
Mm-hmm.
dates we see is let's go for a church program, church fellowship. Let's go and see my friend. Um, let's grab a bite. But it's not so we're not so big on movie dates or big on dinner dates like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then some date happens online. Most times you just find yourself chatting and talking all through, and before you know it, you guys are already having. Let me target the chat dates. Yeah, chat dates. The last reason why dinner date and movie date is not really a thing in Nigeria is because of the question of what to wear. I don't think we like to stress ourselves with thinking about what to wear because in Nigeria we want to go all out, right? So the idea of I am going on a date comes with I have to get new clothes. I have to get my makeup done. I have to fix my hair. So it's literally not like the first thing you want to think about. You just want to think about the easiest and the cheapest thing to do for that moment.
You are dating someone and you become serious and you become interested in maybe getting betrothed to one another, what is the process of asking for engagement and getting engaged? How does that work in Nigeria?
But from my side, we have what we call the introduction. So ideally, when you're interested and you want to get married, the lady goes home with her fiance and introduce him to the mother and the father, and it's probably like the first introduction. This person wants to marry me, and at that point, my parents gonna ask him some important questions, and questions like his name, the kind of job he's doing, what his income looks like, where his family is from. So they ask these questions because they want to trace to be sure that I am not getting married to my cousin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be important to check out.
Exactly. And they also want to be sure that I am marrying into a very reputable family in the sense that not just a random person that probably have some backgrounds that you do not want to associate with. So they ask all of these questions. And
Mm-hmm.
when they are satisfied, they're gonna ask the fiance now to come with his father or somebody elderly in the family to see my full family. And that's the first stage of the introduction. So they're gonna fix a date. So usually the elder in my fiance's family will be the one to call my dad to say, this is a date we've picked, and this is when we'd like to come. And on
Mm-hmm.
the day of the day of the main introduction, my family would invite all of the extended families, all of them.
How
And
many people?
my introduction was supposed to be between 30 persons, but ended up being about 70 persons with my family having the highest number.
70? So the introduction alone is really the size of a lot of American weddings. 70 is probably, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty typical.
Nigerians we like parties. We like doing things in a big way because we are very large. So everybody wants to be involved. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. Oh, I was there when they gave it to you. I carried you on my back. I picked you up from school. So everyone has a connection to you and they want to be present during your big day. And Nigerian wedding is usually the family reunion time. So your cousins that
Uh-huh.
you've not seen in 10, 5 years want to be around for your introduction. Your cousins from your mother's side, your father's side wants to come because it's your introduction. So it
I
becomes
love that.
a full community affair, not family affair this time around, full community affair.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, the introduction is just him coming to state his intention, not even the main wedding. So it's he's coming in to
Right.
say, I like your daughter. No, I found a flower in your house that I would like to own for myself and tend to for the rest of my life. And if my family feels like, oh, you found a flower, do you know if I'm ready to let the flower go? And they're going to call me out and ask me to identify who the person who wants to get the flower, which is me, who it is,
Mm-hmm.
if I know the person. I'm like, yes. The family will interact. They will ask themselves few questions. they're going to also introduce each member of the family to the groom's family to say, oh, this is who this person is to the bride, and this is why the person is here. And they are going to do the same. Now we have what we call alaga in my place. Now, alaga is more like a middle person, like the master of ceremony.
Mm,
So the person will speak on behalf of both families and ask the questions like, so who is this person? This is who this person is. Why are you here? This is why we are here. So just to make it a bit organized and
mm-hmm,
like most times. After
mm-hmm,
which there's going to be food. There's no introduction without. There's no Nigerian party without food. So there's definitely going to be food. My family is also going to present the bride price lists. We have a list, a long list. So usually the list is usually long. It's either for some tribes, like I said, you probably have like an A4 paper, 2 pages, some 3 pages, some can be a whole book,
mm.
depending on the family, right?
Do the
Depending.
parents write what they are interested in, or does
Yes, yes.
you
So
as the fiance?
the,
Yeah.
the list is usually passed on from generation to generation. So it's usually an ancient list that they just keep re-editing, taking off, because there are some things that were available then that are no longer available now. So they want to take out some of these things. And some family will not take out some family will just replace it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're marrying into a family that probably I'm trying to think of something that existed. Okay, if there's something called, okra.
Mm-hmm.
So in my side, they make a particular dish with dry okra. So right now, it's not something that we eat anymore in my place. So they want to replace that with something like a goosey or something like ogbono, something like that. So just to keep the lists in the same quantity that it has always been from generation to generation.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
Some family will review, some family will not, some family will increase, some family will reduce. So it's just their way of saying we value our child. We're not selling our child off, but we're trying to see how much you're willing to do for her. And some family would take all of this, and after the ceremony, will return the bride price back to the groom. That also depends on choice. While some family would not return, some family will share within themselves, extended families, because the list usually contains things like yams, 100 tubers of yams, kola nuts, palm wine, palm oil, granite oil, bag of rice, um, dry catfish. Some would ask for meat, probably a full lap of a cow. Yeah, they can ask for that. Some would ask you to
How do
get,
you get all of these items?
you have
Where are
to
they
buy
being
them.
stored?
You
You have to
have to
buy
buy
them?
them. Yeah, you have to buy them like, for example, the meat, you have to get them like the morning of the wedding itself. So you don't have to start refrigerating. So you get them that
That's
morning.
what I was wondering. Do you get it now and wait for it all that
You
time?
wait,
Yeah.
you get it in advance.
Okay.
But you'd have made arrangements with whoever is supposed to supply you with that, like the vendor. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then when you get the list, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
ask you to negotiate. You can negotiate it. So negotiation is more like saying, I love your daughter. I really want to marry your daughter. But this list, I don't think I can provide all of these things on the list. Is it possible for us to come to a compromise and I,
Mm-hmm.
provide what I have? Now the family also decides if that happens. And
Mm-hmm.
if they agree, you have to fix a date for the wedding. And usually you have to fix the date within 6 months from
Mm-hmm.
when you did your introduction. If it exceeds the
Yes.
6 months, you have to do another introduction, stating that I'm very serious. I still want her. It's just that I've not been able to have all the things you asked me for. So
Mm.
for other
That is
families,
very different than the
yeah,
US way to do it. Yeah, for
for
you
other families,
typically
it could
don't
be
have a
different.
timeline.
Mine
Yep.
had a timeline. But for other
Mm-hmm.
families, they might not have timeline. And the reason why mine had timeline is because in my place, they don't want you keeping their daughters just there. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
just keeping them up in the cart and you're not ready to further with the purchase. So we don't
Yes.
do drop shipping. We don't do hold, I'm coming back. We want like I want it,
Uh,
I'm paying for it. So yeah.
yes.
So
In
that's
some ways, I think that would help people not waste so much time with the dating and the back and forth for
yeah.
sure.
So after
Wow.
the introduction, for Christians, I had to go back to church to inform them that I am getting married because I'll be getting married in the church. So the
Mm-hmm.
church is gonna organize a 3 month marriage class for me. But I,
3 months.
yeah,
Okay.
3 months. I can decide to register for another marriage class outside the church marriage class if I wanted something more advanced, more in depth than what the church
Mm-hmm.
would give to me. But the church always my church provide
Mm-hmm.
free marriage class for 3 months. That's 3 months to your wedding. And after the marriage class, you're going to run some tests. Uh, I did genotype because the sickle cell anemia is a thing in Nigeria, and that's something that they've been trying to curb. And one of the ways they're doing that is to ensure that couples that are carrier don't get married.
Mm-hmm.
Use it. So there's
Mm-hmm.
just been a lot of cases of sickle cell anemia in Kano, the northern part of Nigeria. Although right now in this part of Nigeria, in southern and western part of Nigeria, there are more education on it and they are more enlightened about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but then they are still trying to ensure that, oh, you go through the right process. So if my genotype and that of my fiance is compatible, yes, we can get married. And afterwards, I am required to do the hepatitis B tests, the HIV test. All of these are just formalities.
Oh.
If it's positive, they're still gonna ask you, do you still want to go ahead with it? This is a danger that lies ahead for you. Do you want to go ahead with it? You're gonna do fertility test, but fertility test is not really like a deal. The only places that would ask for fertility test is maybe when you do an external marriage class. They'll be like, do a fertility test to be sure. And then you're also going to do
How do you do a fertility test?
I don't know. I
Okay,
don't
I don't either.
I didn't do that. I didn't do it though. I did a pregnancy
Uh-huh.
test instead.
Oh, okay.
Church made it
Yeah,
mandatory.
that makes more sense. Yeah. Okay.
So we did a pregnancy test, and if it was positive, the church can cancel your wedding.
Okay.
So
They
the church
say,
will do a pregnancy test for you 3 days to your wedding. And for other churches, they're going to do a month to your wedding, a week to your wedding, 3 days to your wedding, and on the day of your wedding.
wow, that
So
is intense.
yes, if on the day of your wedding, no, if a month to your wedding it was negative, a week to your wedding negative, 3 days to your wedding negative, and the wedding money it is positive. Forget about it. You are not getting married.
That
So
is intense.
they are they're very keen on morality here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want a thing where they encourage now sex is not a big deal anymore. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, they're trying to preach purity and they're
Yes.
trying to ensure that you do it in the best way possible. And
Mm-hmm.
so all of these things is required for them to curb it as much as possible and ensure that immorality doesn't exist in the confine of the church. And like I said, it still depends on the individual. There are churches that do not. There are even some persons that do not do the church wedding that would opt
Mm-hmm.
for court wedding. And there are some that would do the court wedding, the church wedding, and the traditional wedding. So the Gomes family, they're gonna bring in the dowry. So remember I said during the introduction, they're gonna get a list of things to bring for the bride price and dowry. So they're gonna bring in those lists like in the morning of the wedding. The maid, everything comes in the morning. And the family of the bride would check out the list to be sure that everything they asked for was brought. And if the list is not complete, they're gonna ask the groom's family to either take it back or complete it. So for some family, they can decide to monetize it, meaning if the probably the meat was worth 30,000 and they could not get fresh meat the morning, they probably want to give them the 30,000. Yeah. But most times they don't,
Mm-hmm.
because they use the meat for the ceremony. But sometimes they might just decide to like, oh, we can, it's fine, depending on the arrangement they've made earlier with the caterer. And they're also going to check every other list. The bride gets a traveling bag as part of the list because it's believed that she needs the traveling bag to pack her things to the husband's house. She's also gonna
Ah,
get, yeah, she's also gonna get an umbrella. The umbrella is gonna serve as what she would gonna use to carry her child. So when the sun
oh,
is
that's
already
lovely.
raining, she has an umbrella to cover her baby.
Ah,
She's gonna get a set of plates. It's a plate that has a cover, and they believe that that set of plates is what she's gonna use to save her husband. She's gonna get matching outfits with a headgear, a matching bag, and a matching shoe, wristwatch, and jewelry to match.
it's quite a lot.
Yeah, the list is usually much more complicated, but that's like basically what I know I saw in mine.
Mm-hmm.
So when they check all of those things and it's complete, yeah, you're required to also get a holy Bible. For other families, it could be Quran, depending on the religion of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bible is more like this union is dedicated to God, and God is the center of the family. So
Mm-hmm.
every item has its meaning. Funny enough, every single item.
Very symbolic.
Yes.
Yes.
When they are done checking, the ceremony can start in full. The groom's family comes in first, without the groom, just the groom's family. So they come in first, they greet the bride's family and make their ways back to their seat. Then do some other activities like asking both parents, both families to pray for the seat which the bride and the groom would be sitting on in the course of the ceremony. More like saying you are dedicating them to the home they're about to start. So they can give different meanings to it. Afterwards, they're going to ask the groom to come in. So he dances in with his male friends.
He
Why?
dances.
Yeah, he dances in. When he's done dancing, he's going to do some exercises. Like they probably ask him to march. They're going to sing a song for him and ask him to march to show that, yes, he's ready for the journey. Then, because it's more like, normally it is those in the force that do most of the march pass, all of the, so it's more like you are marching into a home. How ready are you?
Mm-hmm.
That when you are done, you're going to ask to prostrate in front of the bride's family. So you are prostrating as a sign of you begging to marry your bride. So if the bride's family is satisfied with what you've done, they're gonna ask you if you begged to marry her or not. So it's called show bebe fair, yeah, mo bebe fair. And when you're done, you're gonna be asked to present different currencies that we have in Nigeria. Each of the currencies has different meaning. Each of the currencies. And they will ask you to get the lowest denomination to the highest denomination. And they will start blessing you from the lowest to the highest. So
Mm-hmm.
when the highest is really the last that they bring out. And when they bring them out, they're going to make declaration of you started from the lowest, you will not go back to the lowest. You're going to remain on the top. So each
Mm-hmm.
of the currency has its own meaning and its own symbols. When they're done with that, um, they now ask you to sit as the groom while you await your bride. And afterwards, they bring in the bride. The bride has to first and foremost greet her family. And when she's done greeting her family, they're going to pray for her. And they're also going to wish her farewell. Farewell. And afterwards, the mother is supposed to pray for the daughter to say, oh, I am
That's nice.
sending you out, but my prayers is going with you. It's usually an emotional moment. I'm saying this and I'm smiling. I cried. Like, I literally cried. I still don't understand why brides cry during their weddings. because I don't know why I cried. But for me, there was a lot of emotional attachment around that scene. There's a lot of stories underneath. So
Hmm.
with her praying for me just kept reminding me of a lot of things that we had to pull through together. And that made me
Yes,
cry.
that
So,
makes perfect sense. Hmm.
and then when she's done praying, the bride is asked to return her key. So the key is the key to the room you slept in from childhood till the time you got married. So it's a sign that I am returning my room key to my father because I'm moving into another home. I don't need my father's key. In my place,
Mm.
sign that you can't come back home. Like you can leave your matrimonial home and come back home, except if you are visiting with your family. So if that is
Mm-hmm.
happening, you don't have any business with our key. So if you still have the key, it means you still have an attachment. No, 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 we don't need that. It's more or
Yes.
less prophetic, saying you're going to start your new home. Your new home will not crumble. You will not have a need to start returning back to where you're coming from. So yeah.
Hmm.
So you
I
return
love
the key,
that.
another emotional moment because you're returning the key and you're saying goodbye. Next one is he's gonna provide you money to cook soup. So they sing a song to say you need to go to the market to get ready for dinner, and your husband has to give you money. So you have to show us how you're gonna beg your husband to give you money. So
Oh,
if you're going
wow.
to dance, you dance. If you're going to, some will stretch their hands, some will go on their knees to go on their knees in honor of their husband. Say, please give me the money, oh, my husband. I liked it because I asked for a Ghana must go. Like I asked for a big bag because I want a lot of money from my husband. So I asked for a big bag and I had to sing for him and ask him to please provide me with enough money for housekeeping, and which he has to. He has to keep dropping, and he will continue till I say it's enough. I don't want any more. If I do not say that, he has to keep putting in money into the bag.
So
I
he
like,
has to come with stacks and
yeah,
stacks
yeah,
of money
stacks and
to
stacks
the
of
wedding.
money.
Yeah.
We don't accept transfer. We don't do cashless. It has
No
to be cash.
Venmo. Yeah, none of
We
that.
accept every currency, every
Okay.
denomination. But like for high denomination, we don't do like 100. No, no, no. We do like 500, 1,000 naira, $100. Big. Don't come small. So you keep
Okay.
packing it till we are like, okay, it's enough. Oh yes, there's the ring. So he has to give me the engagement ring as a sign of engagement.
Well, can
They
I ask you a question about the ring? So
okay.
when you are getting the ring put on you, is it similar to the American ceremony where you say, with this ring, I thee wed? Do you say
Yes.
those
Yes.
exchanges and then announcing you
So
husband
the
and wife?
exchanges happen, that one happened in the church on Saturday. So the ones we do
Ah,
on
okay.
Friday is usually just a sign of I am traditionally wedded. So
Mm-hmm.
usually the first time, not the main wedding band.
Oh, okay.
They call the one the engagement ring.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And I think it gives a lot of Americans a much better insight into the traditions and ceremony and sort of just everything that goes into the elaborate production of a Nigerian wedding. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.